taxes, inflation, and the breakdown of the family are causing us to fall behind. We have the lowest net worth in the United States, and I'm sure those numbers cross the border as well.
Some people get the disability tax credit and they don't open the registered disability savings plan, and that's where the government puts in all the money of grants and bonds for a person with a disability who has done all the steps. Some people don't do all the steps.
Good morning. What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And since 2020, we reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. And actually, we're going to be hosting a fatherhood summit, which I will tell people about when September starts, co-hosting a fatherhood summit. So looking forward to that. So in the other in the media star, look at the fancy shirt he's wearing this morning. My God.
Yeah, gotta get prepped up. We're gonna go to the X today, the CNE.
You're kidding me.
Check it out. Yes, so we'll be downtown.
Hot, humid,
taking in the midway.
Hot, humid day at the end.
Yes.
All right. Well, who's wrong? Who's this I'm speaking with? You better tell us.
Well, for those that may have forgotten, my name is Ryan Knight, one of the co-founders of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. We support entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage, really to figure out what stage the business is in and help them create a strategy to grow their companies. I'm also an entrepreneur myself. I run a company called Detailing Nights. So we provide mobile waterless car cleaning. So we go to people's houses or their offices, clean their cars on the spot without using water, and our plant-based eco-friendly cleaning supplies. And we have our youth entrepreneurship program going during the summer. And we're going to be doing our last event on August the 31st. So that's this Saturday, thanks to Jamal and Empro Graphics with their pop-up shop at the Ajax Flea Market. So that's over on 19 Notion Road in, I think, Pickering, Ajax. This is kind of on the border. So yes, if you want to come out and get your car cleaned, we're going to be in the parking lot showing people what we can do with our waterless car wash to make them believers.
All right. Let's get right into it. Get the housework done. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Want to get to 1,600 subscribers? If we can. No, if we can. We will. Yes, we can. Yes, we can, as a certain politician said. And also follow the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Also to advertise your business product or service on any of the platforms I'm part of. Please email me dr.vibe at the dr, vibeshow.com. Join the Morning Vibe Discord group and email me again, dr.vibe at the dr, vibeshow.com. And speaking about one of the platforms that I'm on and Ryan's on, Indie Soup TV, powered by Dr. Tachi, based out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Oh my gosh, almost 40 content creators, 6 months in the making, over 17,000 subscribers. So this is one of the edited versions of a program that I have on there. Also 2 or 3 other ones. So good morning, Dr. Tachi.
Yes.
It's been hot and humid. Okay, Wayne Harris, I hope you're still here. Don't you know what's happening on September 10th? You are a very astute man of World Matters. Here we go. Live on September 10th, 2024, 9 p.m. Eastern. Dr. Vibe and guests will be providing live commentary on this scheduled Harris-Trump debate. Scheduled.
Right, yes.
Okay, so I was looking for us to chat, some stuff to chat about this morning. And look what I found. So look what I found. So, okay, let's just bring this up. What does that headline say?
Look at this guy. You see, that's what we were. You knew that he's on the. If he hasn't figured out a line of attack, he will not be there. So now he's saying that he. Well, I think he's gonna always hint at that until the date because he wants eyes on him. You know.
So,
I don't doubt it.
So Wayne says, okay, yes. So Wayne, just and the people are watching this before September 10th, 2024. So on 9 p.m. Eastern time, September 10th, we'll be providing live commentary. Not me. I'm just going to be hosting the madness. So we have from Primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala, Aisha K. Staggers, Laura Lala Key. I believe also Jill Jones. Yes, Jill Jones is going to be part of it. But here's interesting. We've got 3 African American women, and now we've got at least 2 African Canadian gentlemen. One, Cesar Nadima Musa, who's a regular on Black Canada Talking, which is live at 5 p.m. on Saturdays on the Dr. Vibe platform. And then we also, Ryan Knight says he's going to be there.
Yes.
And then Wayne Harris, I wanted to know if you were available. So we have 3 on 3. we should call that. If Wayne, are you available? Call the 3 on 3 coverage.
Right.
The 3 on 3 coverage of the debate. So when I saw that this morning, says, I hope Ryan can come on this morning. I hope he can come on and give his take, because we were chatting about this last Friday and said, he ain't going to show up. He ain't going to show up.
I don't know if people are following the rallies that Trump is trying to do, but he does not look energetic at all. And again, I haven't watched like the full, so I'm taking it kind of by the clips that people are coming out. So you have to be careful when like MSNBC puts out a clip.
Okay, but when you're watching MSNBC, they lean left.
Right. So that's where, depending on who's talking and showing the clip, because CNN or Fox News or just independents, like the Young Turks or something, it depends on who's talking, like who's covering it. But I haven't been able to see a lot of clips of him being energetic. Like he's at these rallies and he just seems like he's going through the motions. There's something missing, almost like, when you have your child and they're in a sport and then you can kind of tell they're just checked out and you're like, I'm not really into it anymore, Dad. And you're like, what happened? Like you were you told us that this is what you want to do, and then suddenly they just aren't in it. That's the vibe I'm getting from Donald Trump. It's like, the excitement. I don't feel like he thinks he's gonna win. I think he's gonna try and figure out an escape. The one with Biden, it was all about the election being a hoax and a fraud. I think how that backfired, he won't try that route again. So he's going to come up with some excuse that will give him an escape clause for why he lost. And I'm telling you, it's going to be JD Vance. He's going to throw that guy under the bus so bad. I'm just waiting to see the backlash that he gives, because this Vance guy, I don't know. But this is what's wild. Listening to, not even to say Trump supporters, but like hardcore Republicans, hearing them talk about how Vance is like the best pick. And it's like, but he's gonna get him that Rust Belt, and he's, like the more down to earth person, and he's so smart. And if you hear him live and talk, they can go on and on. But I'm like, are we watching the same videos? Like, are we in the same universe where we're looking at the same person, or are they getting a different cut of his interviews and we're getting a different cut? Because he just doesn't seem clear and concise with what the message he's trying to get across. So he reminds me of Sarah Palin. I don't like that. I feel is going to be the same talking point of picking that VP was similar to when Sarah Palin was picked and the campaign for the Republicans started going south.
I think part of it is I think they have a strategy now to go on the offensive against Ms. Harris, but I still think it's like, I think we're beginning to see the excitement wane down from her being chosen as the candidate, and now the post convention has up. So now the real. But here's the crazy thing: do you know how much her campaign has raised since she was she threw her hat into the ring?
No, I know you had mentioned it was like 300 million over the first couple weeks or something.
It's now $500 million.
That is heavy. Wow. That's serious. So that means that's like showing that the support from the overall party is really there. So that was the only thing that Trump had to rely on, is that the timeline was too short and they wouldn't be able to get the full backing behind her. But seeing that now, that's why I feel he's like lethargic. He's just like picking up his paper and just reading it, like as if he's trying to signal to his advisors that, okay, you see, I'm doing what you said I should do. I'm not going off script. He'll be reading it and then just kind of quip like a one-liner off script, but then he's back to reading. It's just not his personality, and I don't think that his heart is in it anymore. He seems like he's just going through the motions.
Yeah, I still have a feeling he's gonna win. Unless he does something totally, I think again, the debate's going to say a lot. The debate's going to say a lot in regards to, especially for the undecided voters. That's going to be the.
So, do you think he can win if he doesn't go to the debate?
Yes.
Yeah. So then that, you see, then if his advisors feel the same, he will not go to that debate, because it's a lose-lose.
You have to realize something. You said an oxymoron. You said 45 and advisors. He only has one advisor.
They're circling. They exist. Whether they exist.
But at the end of the day, he only has one advisor. It's himself.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so we'll see if it becomes fruition, that we'll see this debate. I think, again, we're talking about America. That's all I gotta say, right? That's right. All I gotta say. But they are campaigning hard, and it sounds like Ms. Harris is not campaigning for the next few days, but at the end of the week she's going. But it seems that all the polling, especially for the key states, the swing states, she's either winning by a bit or catching up deficit wise on where. On 45. So, you know, it's going to be really interesting, really interesting. And I think that, like I said, September 10th, if it happens, will be definitely in the last year's one of the most watched political events, at least for the last 5 years.
Yeah. And this is like, I feel like this is his chance to expose her for all the things that the Republicans accuse her of. So one, not being able to debate well, because when she was running for president before, she wasn't as, polished. So that still is lingering, and did drop out. So they have that to say, like, hey, you tried to run for president before and they did not select you. But on her economics, on her, these plans that she's saying to build 3 million homes, to reduce food prices, which they're trying to label as price fixing, or what do they call it? Yeah, but she's talking about price gouging. They're saying like,
here's an interesting take too. Well, we got some more of the family have woken up, so got to give them recognition. Morning, IQ Cam. Wayne says if Biden can end the wars in Israel and Ukraine before the election, she wins. Interesting take. But Wayne, with your astute commentary, are you available on the 10th at 9 p.m.? You haven't said anything about that. Good morning, Opal Inspired. Check out her music creations on her YouTube site, Opal Inspired. And she was at Dr. March's event yesterday. And also there she is, Dr. Tachi in the house. So we're just chatting, family, who came in a little bit late. About 45 suggested he may not show up for the debate on September 10th. That's something we chatted about lightly, or Ryan talked about lightly when we were on last time. He said, oh, look what's happening.
Right.
Oh, good morning, Karen Rowe. Good morning, Karen Rowe. What is up? yeah, so let's ask the family. Okay, Wayne Harris says I can be there at 9:30 p.m. Okay, it's done. All right. So you want to come back? Here's Dr. Tachi. Didn't I tell you? So
I'm telling you.
just program plug again, everybody. Live on September 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Myself and guests will be providing live commentary on the scheduled Harris 45 debate. So from the U.S., we'll have Aisha K. Staggers, Laura Lalaki, and also tentatively Jill Jones. Then north of the border, so we got three. We're gonna call it the 3-on-3 commentary. So 3 African American women from the south and 3 African Canadian men from the north. Ryan Knight, who you see on the screen, Cesar Nadima Musa, who is my co-host on Black Canada Talking Sundays live at 5 p.m., and Wayne Harris, who you see once a month on this platform, will be providing live commentary on the debate if it happens, because people may or may not realize, we'll show it on the screen again. 45, I guess, wanting to get his attention, says he might skip the ABC debate with Harris.
But this is where, if he thinks this type of headline is now the right type of attention he wants, because now the attack ads of him being chicken and scared of Harris is going to really amplify the more he teases that he doesn't want to debate her.
Like, I think that will have more weight on I think that will have more weight on the undecided. I think that the date will be more heavy weighted on the undecided piece. Those who are undecided, I think those are the people who may get look. So Frequency Event Promotion says, just tuning in now. Good morning. Who's moving from Toronto to run in American politics? Not I.
Right, to run.
Oh, yes. Dr. Tachi said, also me. Yes. Oh, you okay? So Dr. Tachi is in there too. So
nice.
Captain, 7 people. That's enough. 7 people. So we're I'm going to call it 4-on-3.
All right. Technically, you're there too. So we have 4-on-4.
I'm a moderator.
But technically, I'm just saying, we're going to ask you your opinion too.
All right. I think it is a headline to get us to do what we're doing now, talking about, oh yeah, absolutely. He needs that attention. He needs that attention immensely. So forgot you, Dr. Tachi. So there we go. 4-on-3 or 4-on-4. Yes. I guess you can technically
3.5.
Yeah. Frequency says, I think 45's marketing personnel are geniuses. No, his marketing personnel is him. It's all he realized. He runs his own campaign. He calls the shots. You got to realize that. He calls the shots. He is a true embodiment of the buck stops here. It stops with him.
Yeah, and that's where, like, again, certain marketing tactics might go over my head that are advanced, but I'm curious, Christopher, your thoughts on why him talking about skipping the debate works to his favor when
it gets attention on him. That's what he wants.
But it's the wrong type of attention. Like that type of attention. Like, why would a person?
His followers. Well, they don't, whether he shows up or not, he has his followers. Where it could be detrimental again is the undecided vote, right? The undecided vote.
That's like, if I was him, I would be very like passionate and positive and confident about debating her, and then I just wouldn't show up. Like, I'm not gonna tease that I'm not showing up, because then it's like, okay, why aren't you gonna show up? All the rumors of, is he scared? Like, is he saying that she's gonna cheat at the debate? Like, what's the reason not to show up, other than showing that he's like confident and can handle her in a debate all the way up? And if he doesn't want to do it, then just not do it. Hey, family emergency, whatever you want to call. Melania's sick. You can say he can't make it. But him teasing leading up to the debate that he's gonna skip it with no real reason, I don't think even his base, because now you remember the base and the people supporting him are the ones that are on the street defending him. So this doesn't give them ammunition to defend. Now, when they're defending or debating with other Democrats or undecided and trying to explain their position, and they're like, "Oh, so why doesn't he want to go to debate?" Like, "Oh, well, he doesn't need to debate her." It's like, why not? Like, I thought all of his policies and his economic plan is way better than hers. Why wouldn't he want to explain that and debate her? They have no ammunition. He's like taking away the things that they can use to defend why they're voting for him. But like I said, it's not going to sway a Trumper to not vote for him. So that's why I'm saying I can see why he wouldn't go to the debate, but I don't see why he would tease not going to the debate.
Well, it's interesting because he's putting all his teasing at, well, he doesn't like ABC. That's why he doesn't want to debate. Nothing about that's what he's using.
Gotcha.
The network thing. So let's see. Dr. Tachi says, but it's fleeting attention that it does not last. He can't create any real buzz outside of sensationalism. That's problematic. Frequency Event Promote says, love him or dislike him, 45 has a presence. Sure does. Mm-hmm. Master of the manipulation. It also leaves room for people to have their own hypothesis, and bam, saying, coming to the stage is blank. Dr. Tachi says, now you know he would never we would never believe he would stay home because Melania is sick. We all know he cares about himself.
Hey, flood at Mar-a-Lago. Like, something happened at the golf club that he has to go attend to.
Yes, I think it is space to confuse the opposition. Well, I think, though, people know his game now. I think it's tired.
That's like, this is expected. Like, this isn't even sensational. It's expected. All of the Democrats camp know that he's gonna not commit, like not be fully committed. So him teasing that he's not showing up is like, we already knew that. Like, we already knew that you were thinking not to come. Like, why even bring it up?
Waste our time.
Yeah. So that's where I was thinking, if he teased that they found out something about Kamala Harris that people need to know, and I'm gonna bring it to the debate so that people understand she doesn't know what she's doing. Then people would keep asking us, like, oh, what do you know? Like, what's happening? Like, oh, how's this? Now people are like, oh, what's this debate gonna be? Like, what's Trump? You know, like, you're thinking in a positive light that he might have some true firepower. When he talks about not being there, it's deflating. It's like, oh, well, is he not feeling well? Remember, he's 80-ish. Was he 78 or 81? No, Biden was 81. He's 78.
I think
so. Now you start to think, is like, does he have a doctor's appointment that day? Does he have to, like, take his meds and that will take him off his game? You just think negative things about why he wouldn't show up. And I don't think that is what he wants. He, like, all leading up through all his other campaign runs, he never hinted stuff like this. He always hinted, I'm going to dominate at this debate. Unless it was, I think sometimes he would say, oh, if it was a person moderating, he would be like, oh, if that person's there, I might not come. But never in, like, it just feels weak this time. Like, him hint, it more seems like he doesn't want to play anymore. You know, like, I'm going to take my ball and I don't have to talk to anybody and I'm going home. And I'm just going to ride it out. But in your defense, his base isn't going anywhere. So if they feel they can win with that steady drumbeat, he doesn't have to do any interviews, any debates. He can just stay on Fox News and hype up himself and be fine.
So Frequency Event Promotion says expected marketing, like that. And good morning to the office of Tim Frey, which is the office of Tim Frey. Good morning. Hope you're doing fine. Yes. All right. We're going to go on a quick 30-second break and come back. We may continue the conversation, or I've got another conversation topic. Just depends how the world is swinging. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds sounds right. Here we go. Primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala. Join Aisha K. Staggers and Laura Lala Key as they cut through the chaos and make some sense of the nonsense in American news and politics.
That's not a big enough sample to even say that this is representative of anything.
Sharp insights, bold opinions, and a touch of humor. It's the show that keeps you informed and entertained.
Those polls have you thinking, oh, I don't need to go there.
Don't miss Primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala. Tune in and stay ahead of the headlines. There you go. Those are two of the ladies you're going to see on September 10th at 9 p.m. if there is a debate, because we don't know yet. So scheduled Harris 45 debate. So those are two of the ladies. Yeah. So all right. Again, unless you're from Toronto, you won't remember this. But yeah, look at that.
Hold on, that's Young Dundas?
Yes.
Wow. What is this?
The world's biggest jean store. Yeah, that used to be on and that's on the southeast corner of Yonge and Dundas. Yep.
Because so in the 90s, I was 8 to 18. So never really went to Yonge Dundas Square in this time. Wow, this is wild.
Yeah, because this turn here, that's going east along Dundas Street, which is one of the main streets in Dundas, Toronto. If you go there now, it is totally different.
They tried to turn it into a mini Times Square.
Yes, I'm gonna see if I can show a picture of what that corner looks like now, because it is totally different. Let me just see. I'll pull it up real quick. Here we go.
So true.
It is so okay.
Okay, because that's going east. So on the other side would be the Eaton Center.
Yeah, look at so what I'm gonna do is now you see that's Yonge Dundas back in the 90s, probably the major intersection in Toronto, traffic wise.
That is now Sankofa. It's not even called Yonge Dundas Square anymore. Sankofa Square. Yes.
Okay, let me just navigate. Let's see how I could. Okay, let's see if we can. I can't get the right thing that I want here. Can't get the right. Okay, hold on. Let's see if this will work. No, it's still. I got a page. It's not really showing the whole thing. So we'll get back to it in just a second. So,
gotcha.
And so Wayne Harris says, I had Def Comedy Jam on DVD. Loaned it to a friend 20 years ago and haven't seen them since. Ouch.
Are you still friends with that person, or did you hold a grudge and you don't talk to them anymore? That's the question.
Oh my gosh. Brings up Sam the Record Man and the Big Slice.
The big slice. Yes.
Sam the Record Man. My dad is a serious vinyl collector. And he also always used to send me down there because for many years there was a black gentleman named Ron Gaskin who was a general manager at Sam the Record Man on Yonge, just north of Dundas, and he would always commute. My dad say, "Oh, go! Ron has this for you. Ron has it." So I would always pick that up. And then here we go. Remember the world's biggest bookstore? Yes.
Is that the one that was near Bay?
No, if I'm correct, you went a little bit north of Dundas on the west side. I think it was a block north. It was in that area. I think it was
right in between Bay and Yonge.
Yes, I believe so. Dr. Tachi, cable, blasphemy. But yeah, it was.
It's wild because even like the Hard Rock Cafe, I believe, is a Shoppers Drug Mart now. I have to where it used. It's like that total shift. Like what?
Okay, so I think I found a decent enough picture now to show what Yonge Dundas Square looks like now. So people can, I know if you're not from Toronto, you're not fully right, but you'll see how it looks different.
Wow, come on.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Even the condo behind it, it's gone vertical and lit up. The screens.
That's what it looks like now. So yeah, what a change.
I would love to know. I don't even know if you can measure this, but how effective those ads are to be in a billboard at that intersection. Because I know some of them, like, it'll catch my eye. Like when it's a TV show, I'll be like, oh, that's something interesting. I might watch that. But if it's like I usually don't even recognize what's happening. Like,
Yeah, because you're just focused on the traffic. The traffic's so crazy. You're not, and it's a good question, and I think we brought it up recently. How effective
the billboards? Yeah,
how effective are those ads these days?
Right. Because like for Times Square and I'm sure Young and Dundas, it's so expensive to have advertising there.
It's not cheap.
Right. So I'm curious how effective it is. If everybody comes in and be like, oh, I saw your ad at Young Dundas, or is it purely just brand awareness like what Coca-Cola and Pepsi does? They just have their name everywhere kind of thing.
So it would be interesting to get someone who has expertise in that area saying, are those ads more effective in conversion, which means into sales, or does it provide brand awareness? Where do they get more bang for their buck, their ROI, the return on investment? I think it'd be really, really interesting to see. We've got to find someone in that area.
Goodwill.
Yeah, we've got to find someone who works in that industry. I'd be very curious. But yeah.
I wonder if Justin Senior, remember he is in media buying.
Yeah,
you'd have to sell to a person like, hey, this type of ad might be good. How do you justify putting up those billboards or even radio ads and different types?
Well, it's interesting. There is a radio station I listen to periodically when I'm driving, and they really promote. They have some of their clients saying, hey, you know what? Whenever we put ads on your radio station, people come in there. They're saying, yeah, we heard you on. So I guess there's still some impact that radio ads have. I don't know how much, again, compared to the digital online stuff.
Right.
Yeah, we need to get someone on who has some expertise in digital marketing.
Because if you look at, especially with radio, certain ads, they now just stick. Like the 1-800-GOT-JUNK ads. If I ever need to get stuff out of my backyard, that's going to be like the first thing I think of. Some of the real estate guys, I'm like, they're just, and some of the debt consolidation people, it's just like, you just hear it and it's like, yeah, okay.
Welcome to the house this morning. Ray says, hey, Ray McMillan, good morning, and saying, good morning, gentlemen, but doesn't brand awareness translate to sales? That constant visual or audio becomes etched into our psyche. Good question.
It's definitely part of it.
It
creates credibility for sure. Goodwill. But then it's hard to measure a direct connection. It's like that's kind of the ethos. And then when a person's ready to decide, all those connections, the subconscious remembers the ad at Young Dundas. It remembers the billboard it saw on the 401. It remembers the radio ad it heard. And then it's like, okay, I trust this company. So it definitely connects.
For myself, I'm sort of whatever, the ads are ads, because I know it's a thing. I still, for me, word of mouth or for referral is still the best sort of marketing for me, I believe. So you know what, Dr. Chat, you're right. Terry Johnson does digital marketing. So we haven't had her on for a long time. So I'm gonna reach out to TJ and see to have her come back on. Wayne Harris says 1-800-CARS for kids.
Yes.
But you know what? I don't use the service, but that is a jingle over repetition. There's I think a lot of people don't realize the science of marketing.
Absolutely. The 7 touch points minimum.
And Harris says awareness, familiarity, consistency, and trust. Well, I think these days, how much is trust a big factor when people are, hey, can I get the best deal?
But there's still brands that can sell premium because their goodwill is so strong. And so when you hear something like was it Lino Archie or Leo, the real estate?
Oh yeah. Well, what about You know who's been, well, again, this is so Toronto centric, but there's a gentleman named Oliver Jewelry who has been doing.
Oh man, like the cash man. I mean that the jingles, yeah, and then that's where when then you're in that position, or even with the cars for kids. I remember there was a gentleman that was gonna get rid of his car, one of my friends, and he's like, I was like, oh, call the 1-800 cars for kids and let them take it because you'll get the donation instead of just scrapping it. So it comes up, but if that radio ad hadn't been playing consistently for how many years, then it doesn't become part of conversation when somebody's ready for it, you know?
So here's another thing. Ray says, I only buy Esso gas because I grew up in the area. Put a tiger in your tank. You have to be of a certain age to remember that.
Right.
A tiger in your, oh my goodness.
Right.
Wow. Tiger in your, oh my goodness.
Yes. And now I buy Esso because of PC points.
There you go.
Yes.
Tim Frey says, larger corporations or very positive cash flow companies has a marketing budget that has to be used throughout the year. These are the companies that are putting up ads on the billboards. Fact.
Right.
True. And
reduce that operating income.
There we go. Yeah, your goal for my cash. Oh yeah, Oliver. Like, guys, I don't watch a lot of TV. I saw his ad there. I go, oh my goodness, you still alive?
Right? Yes.
Cash for gold.
Forget alive, expanding. I know they're in Yorkville now.
Yeah,
they're in, I think, Oakville.
Very interesting that they're in Yorkville.
Right. And now talking about like Gucci bags, and we'll take your expensive Louis Vuitton stuff. Yeah, man.
As Wayne said,
growing.
I'm the cash man. But you see, again, it's in my head. I don't know if I'd use him first, but a lot of people would, though, because of repetition, seeing his ads, and I guess the return on investment for him, it's still worth his while.
Oh, it has to be, unless, I mean, Tim has a good point where when you do have a certain budget for marketing, you want to get that saturation, that omnipresence. Like, he's literally the only pawnbroker that I could
that was
I could mention off the top of my head. You know, like there's no other person in that industry that I could think of. So it does a job. Like,
well, see, and it's a good point. Expanding, because we're always like to talk economics here. How many people do we know that look like us to do that?
I don't know any. Right? Yeah. The only other one actually I could think of, there was oh my goodness, the guy that used to do mortgages on Bathurst. Oh, it's like second mortgage, third mortgage. We'll buy your house in 48 hours. Why the name is killing me now? Because he stopped his ad, so that's probably why I'm forgetting. But there was a really popular mortgage and pawnbroker.
Harold.
Yes.
And yes. I think he may be still around.
I think I just don't see ads anymore. But
yes. Yeah. Oh, Wayne says he's in trouble. Okay, all right.
There was something that came out about those mortgages, that they were putting multiple mortgages on people's houses, especially seniors. And I know that was in the news. I don't know if that's the hot water he's still in, but yeah, there's a bit of a Harold the jewelry buyer, I think.
Loan sharking.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Going back, Wayne says, if you have an ad on talk radio, the audience is already listening, versus FM music, which is usually in the background. Interesting. Right, yeah. And you know, it's probably every major city in North America has an all news station. That would be a smart place to put your ads.
Right.
So getting back to Harold, Wayne says predatory lending. Ouch on Harold. Right. Ouch. But yeah, you know, and this again circles back to that age-old thing about marketing, doing your marketing. Yes. So again, Wayne says in Toronto we have two all-new. Well, at least, we have. Those are two of the more prominent all-new stations. There's 640. I mean 680.
No, 640 and 680.
640 is an all-talk station.
Yeah. Because 680 is all news.
Here's
And
something.
content
Chum
stuff.
Radio in Toronto. I have not put my needle on my car near that 1050 since. What is Chum Radio these days? I have not gone there.
I don't. What is the dial? I don't.
Is
Is
it
it?
1050 still? Do they? What is on 1050 these days?
That's TSN now.
Yeah, it's an all
Yeah.
sports. Yeah, I think it's all sports radio.
Isn't Chum FM? Or that was a AM?
Yeah, Chum FM still. Well, they had Chum AM and Chum FM.
Oh,
The
gotcha.
Chum AM is TSN radio. Chum FM is still music. And there's 98.1. Interesting that have two South Asian hosts for their morning drive show.
So we put it on 98.1 during Christmas because they have the 24-hour Christmas songs and stuff happening.
Yeah, yes. They do it for the whole month of December, do they not, or something like that?
And that's the one with Marilyn Dennis and Javon.
No, Marilyn Dennis and Javon are a Chum.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Is Marilyn Dell still on that station? Oh man, she's been around forever.
Yeah, I know the show is done, like the talk show, that one's done. But the radio show, I think I still see
music. Yeah, okay. Wayne says they know where their bread is buttered. Yeah. And again, they have the demographic. So again, coming back to the whole advertising thing, knowing they know what marketing will work well with their custom, with the client base. So when they're out selling ads,
right,
for their station, they say, "Hey, this is the demographic of our listener base."
Absolutely. And my apologies, I didn't realize it was almost 10. We have to head downtown. So
yes. Yeah. Well, good. Well, enjoy
We're heading to the X.
Yeah. Here we go. So do you go every year?
Yeah, we try to take the kids at least once a year.
So here's something that's going to scare you. I have not been to the X. Let's just put it this way. I worked at the X. That was the last time I was at the X.
Okay. My wife worked at Canada's Wonderland. And usually we get a season's pass there, but we haven't gotten it in a couple of years.
All right.
So you used to work at the X in the Midway or like at the food court?
Yeah.
Oh,
now here is something interesting. Wayne Harris has never been to the X.
What? We should do the morning vibe delegation down to the X at least next year. We have to organize something.
We'd love to do a show from there.
Right? That would be pretty cool, actually.
Okay, yes, you've got to run.
Well, apologies.
No apologies. Family first. Yes. We'll catch you during the week. You be well.
Cool.
All right. So Wayne Harris says yes. He's never been to the X. Dr. Tachi, I have been to Canada. You haven't been to Canada's Wonderland in years, but have you been there, Dr. Tachi? You went there? Because I know you grew up a lot of time in Buffalo and you did spend some time on this side of the border. Fantastic. Yes, Wayne Harris says Devo Brown, Roz and Mocha, etc. I have not listened to FM morning radio in years. I see more ads for it than actually I listen to it. I have not been, because most of the stuff that's musically on the radio these days, can't relate to. Wayne Harris says Bundy X. Dr. Tag says, yes, we went there on a school trip. Wow. That is hilarious. All right. No, Wonderland. Are you saying burn Wonderland, Wayne, or burn the X? But yeah, I'm not much of a person to go to fairs and those sort of things. Just not my vibe. Not my vibe at all. Just hasn't, yeah. Wayne Harris says, no Wonderland in 30 years. I've only been to Wonderland once. Yeah, again, that stuff doesn't really do anything for me. You know, walk along. Yeah. It's just not vibing. Doesn't vibe with Dr. Vibe. No, don't do it. Like, just hasn't done it for me. Hasn't done it for me, you know, exhibition, all that. And I do hear, again, this is Toronto centric, that they're going to be taking away some of the land of the X for development. What a surprise. So I really have to wonder, you know, what's going to be the future of the X? Will the exhibition exist in 10 years' time? Here it is. As I had mentioned early on at the beginning of the show, I was at a barbecue on Saturday night, and we're having some really great conversation. And we were just talking about most people here, or a number of people here, Caravana. Again, Caravana happened again this year. They had reduced participation because it's so expensive for costumes. And also for people who may not know, they're moving Caravana. So my question is, will Caravana still be around in 10 years? Will Caravana be around in 10 years? Myself, I haven't been to Caravana in years. Long time. Haven't been there. Haven't done it. No interest. Will it be around in 10 years' time? Very, very curious. So for people who are watching live, who are in the GTA area, Greater Toronto area, what do you think? Will Caravana still be in existence in 10 years' time? If someone out there asks me a hard yes or no, I'd probably say no. I can't see it. I don't know, because there's been so many twists and turns with Caravana. I can't see that. I can't see it. And the funny thing is, I don't even call it Caravana anymore. I call it a Marabana, because without the Americans coming up, or people from around the world, Caravana. So Fitness, it's moving to where? Yes, Caravana is moving to Downsview Park next year. No longer downtown. Done. Wayne Harris says it will be smaller and more curated. Yes, it'll be smaller and more curated, but what will it mean for its existence? That's the thing. There's something about Caravana that being in part of downtown Toronto makes it unique. Will it lose some of its vibe? Sorry to use it again. Will it lose some of its vibe just not being downtown anymore? Where that you're talking? Okay, Downsview Air Force Base. That is Wilson and Shepherd area in the Greater Toronto area. So sounds like the beginning of the end of Caravana. To me, it does. Wayne Harris says, makes sense to move it. No money for the community, so no loss. Well, the question is, will there be any money there? Right? That's the whole thing with Caravana. It's the return that the African Canadian community gets is very minimal compared to what other people are making off it. I'm not feeling it's going to be there in 10 years' time. I don't know. I don't see it being there in 10 years' time, because once you move it to there, a lot of the energy is going to be lost. Ray McMillan comes in. As Toronto's immigrant face changes, I don't see it surviving beyond 10 years as a Caribbean festival, but rather a Toronto festival incorporating other cultures. Yeah, I agree with that. And then Wayne backs up, says it'll be more of a festival. Yes, I agree. That is a potential, yes. But it is right now, in 10 years' time, I don't see that format. Fitness IQ Cam says, respectfully, you can't say it'll be gone in 10 years, because there'll always be younger Caribbean folks that have been doing it since Kindy Carnival. I ain't going to bet on that. I think a festival maybe, but not the way it is right now. And it will keep going on strong. I hope for their sake, yes. I don't know about that. We'll see. I didn't say it will be gone, but it will evolve. I understand, Ray. Sorry if I misquoted you. Yeah, it will evolve, but what Caravana is and what it'll be in 10 years' time, I think will be drastically different. Yeah, absolutely. I just think you'll see a drastic difference in Caravana in 10 years' time. All right. I think that we have called it for today. So thank you everyone for stopping by. We got some more here. Wayne says the key is crowd and traffic control. Get ready for it to be reduced to insignificant as the older generation transitions. Yeah, the younger folks won't put in the work. I don't disagree with that either. this is maybe a conversation topic on a future Morning Vibe show. That, do we feel there's been a number of people who look like us in the African Canadian community have done a lot of work, and they've done their time. Who is going to follow up and continue doing the work? And are they willing to do the work? Like I say always, every success needs a successor. Is there succession planning when it comes to cultural institutions in the African Black Canadian environment? Ray says Caribbean communities are dying rapidly in every major city. Brixton is no longer Caribbean. New York City also, and Toronto is next. Whoa. Okay. Ray is putting it down. Wayne says, look who owns the mass caps and runs the bigger fets. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Fitness IQ says, basically, you're saying millennials won't keep it strong. Fine if you want to talk about the Gen Z, but put some respect to us millennials. Oh, boy. Have we started a conversation here? I think we got to save this to the next time we have a open morning vibe. You know, what does the future look like? Can the next generation, can they carry the torch? Can they carry the torch? Because I know, I have a feeling I know the thought process a little bit of a Ray McMillan and a Wayne Harris. Hey, here's Ray. As a father of 3 Canadian-born kids, none of them have any interest in Caravana. Hello? Yep. This is good because an upcoming conversation. Look at Wayne goes, show me someone under 40 who is doing something to keep the Caribbean culture alive. Bam! Oh boy! Oh boy! You see this? Now, see, the Black Belt Conversations posse is in strong. Ray McMillan and Wayne Harris are in strong. And see, I didn't want to start chatting about this because when they start coming with fire, I'm going to be on for another 2 hours. So I'm going to shut it down here because when here's Ray is not finished. How large is that millennial population? And are they able to fund and finance a multi-million-dollar street festival? I say no. Wow, Fitness IQ, are you ready for this? And McMillan says agreed. Wayne's question, show me someone under 40 who's doing something to keep the Caribbean culture alive. And Wayne says, agreed, Ray. So Fitness IQ, if you have another response. If not, I'm going to start winding it down because we have to chat about this in an upcoming conversation. So I'm going to chat with Ryan today. And hey, if Black Belt Conversation Posses wants to come on, and Fitness IQ would love to have you on chatting about this because this is a good conversation topic. She goes, Fitness IQ, I'm just going based on the millennials I know that are still in the trenches with Caravana. Okay. Look at this. Let's do it. Okay. So we're putting it out there. Black Belt Conversations Posse, Ray McMillan, Wayne Harris, Fitness IQ Cam. Are you willing to come on with them and discuss this subject, or do you know people that we could get to come on and chat about this subject? Because I think it's a really important conversation topic. You know what? Next month, okay. We'll work on. Well, I'm going to talk with Black Belt Conversations. Maybe you, Jen, will come in and talk about it next month. If we can get some millennials on, great. If not, let's roll with it. I'd love to see, what is. Look at this. I'll ask my friends that are still strong in a. Okay, good. That would be fantastic because I think it's a really good roundtable digital conversation. Ray goes, but are they costume designers and builders? The mass bands are run by folks older than me. Okay. All right. We're going to start winding it down because this could go on forever. And I don't need, but I want to make sure that and of course, we can keep on putting comments in. I'm going to start winding it down. So please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Get us to 1,600. We're halfway there. Well, we got about 50 more to get to 1,600. Like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. To advertise your business, product, or service on the show or any of the shows that I'm part of, email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Also, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. We keep the conversation going. Well, and I'm actually going to ask in the Discord group, what's the future of Caravana? Also, live September 10th, 9 p.m. Eastern, Dr. Vibe and Aisha K. Staggers, Laura Lalaki, Jill Jones, Dr. Tachi, 4 African Canadian women. Then on the Black Canadian male side, Wayne Harris, Cesar Nadima Musa, Ryan Knight, and I guess I'm a half. I'll be moderating. We're going to have live commentary on the underlined scheduled Harris 45 debate. Next up. Oh boy, if you want to get a hold of Ryan, RyanOneillKnight.com. LinkedIn, Ryan Oneill Knight. Instagram at Ryan.Knight. That's KNIGHT, by the way. KNIGHT 99. And email address, Ryan, work with me at RyanOneillKnight.com. And there's all the places you can get a hold of me. The drvibeshow.com. YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, the space dr period space vibe space show. Instagram at the drvibeshow. X/Twitter at drvibeshow, and email dr period vibe at the drvibeshow.com. So coming up on Friday, we are scheduled to have Mini on Cam on the platform. And again, I just put up that you can watch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, Afro-Caribbean Business Network, Facebook and YouTube, and Ryan Oneill Knight on YouTube. So as always, we close out with this. And man, it was a good conversation, ramping up at the end. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. And don't just manage your time, manage your energy. And remember to give yourselves grace. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you on Friday with Mini on Cam. But in between, keep it. And as Dr. Louis Marsh, or others would call him Elder Louis Marsh, would say, keep fighting.